This is FOIA Fest 2017, the Chicago Headline Club's annual event showcasing how to use the Freedom of Information Act laws. The following are samples of the conversations we had about the Freedom of Information Act and open meetings, and the importance of reporters to stand up for their rights and the right of the public to know what government is doing.
Thanks everyone. This is an amazing event. It's unique in the nation. I don't know of anything like it in the country. So what you're attending is actually really special, and I think it's something that frankly every state should have, and we should have a national gathering of all requesters to talk about these issues because it's more important than ever. And how many of you have been denied records? Raise your hand. All right? Yeah. It's aggravating, right? Do we shirk away? Do we skulk away into the shadows and just weep? No, we don't do that. We fight, right? We do not cower away from the challenges that we have before us. Put in one records order per week. This is a tip. This is what I did as a journalist. Every week, and I had a sticky note on my computer, and every week I reminded myself it was Friday morning, I went into work an hour early, and that was my hour to do FOIA work. So I wrote up a records request, I sent it out, I followed up on my other requests that were pending, and that changed my reporting completely. We have to change the terminology of FOI. We have to change the mindset of requesters and the government. We need to put in record orders, not requests. If you make it clear that this is part of the law, then they're more likely to comply. Don't have to be a jerk about it, but reinforce this is the law. This is an obligation. This is state law.
When it comes to FOIA, the topic of discussion today, I think first of all it varies by department, but they like to say that they're complying with FOIA, they're being transparent. Whether they're actually giving you anything of substance is a whole other issue.
We'll call them every single day, keep following up, send emails like, hey, where is this, where is this, where is this? It doesn't always work, but sometimes it does. If you can at least talk to someone and figure out like what's going on here, sometimes they might explain, sorry, this is like a really big request, we're working on it, we might need a little more time. As long as you're okay with that, you can work something out with them. Usually
I just harass them myself as much as I can. I'll just tell them. I said, I'm going to call and email you several times a day until you respond. And most people don't want to deal with that, And then I'll call them from a different number. I'll go down the hall and use a different phone or whatever.
I will say it is easier to get information about a past administration from the current administration than information about the current administration. When,
we did get a lot of cooperation from Ron with Quinn stuff. You guys probably did too.
Yeah.
We have to FOIA it. We would just call and say, we're thinking about this, and then fax would
There it is.
I would say being stubborn is the main thing. I'm a very stubborn person just in general. But I think, being told no or being told like you have to refine and refine and refine just makes me like a little angry, so I try to turn that anger into persistence.
Don't you want the press to stay in here? And I've been able in two situations subsequent to this just to get the alderman to be like, okay, you can stay, and then the mayor doesn't want to override the alderman because it's like technically the alderman's meeting. So I've been able to stay at a few of these, but I really think it's like totally crazy that you can just sort of hand out these little projects, and then there's a lot of discussion around these capital projects, and the press is not being allowed into them, but the mayor doesn't want us in there because he wants it to be like there's no opposition, everybody's in love with him, and then these are very perfectly timed, so in 2 years when he's running for mayor you will have lots of things ribbons to cut.
It's the wording of the statute that matters. It's not what's in the head of the elected officials and what they think, could be held in closed session. Just because something's embarrassing doesn't mean that you can withhold records or go into closed session. That's not a good enough reason. You know more than the elected officials and the employees about these laws. Don't be afraid to stand up.